Two federal agents involved in the fatal shooting of a U.S. citizen in Minneapolis have been placed on leave. But immigration raids in the city continued even as Trump administration is trying to quell the backlash of the shooting. Alex Preddy was shot and killed on Saturday in an incident which has sparked protests across the city. The Department of Homeland Security has revealed that the two agents who allegedly shot him are on administrative leave since the incident. Now, the DHS emphasized it is standard protocol in such shootings. Facing backlash over Preddy's shooting, President Donald Trump has vowed to de-escalate. But his immigration enforcement crackdown in the state showed no signs of slowing down. Immigration enforcement operations and confrontations with activists continued in Minneapolis and St. Paul. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi announced new arrests for rioters who she claimed were assaulting federal law enforcement agents. On the ground, a video showed people being pepper sprayed and at least one detained. Now, the agents also had an exchange with journalists who were covering the incidents when the journalists got out of their car. Agents pushed one of them, threatened them with arrest and told them to get back in their car despite them identifying themselves as media.
We were eventually pushed back into our vehicle and told that if we left, we'd be arrested. We could kind of see what was happening up the block in front of us. At least one person was detained, another person was pepper sprayed, and a vehicle was left with a broken window. At least one vehicle was left parked with a broken window.
Protests are also taking place in Texas, where a Minnesota man and his young son are being held by immigration officials. Demonstrators rallied banging drums, chanting and holding signs outside the South Texas Family Residential Center in Dilley. As protesters moved closer to the facility, Texas state police officers detained many of them. Some of the officers then deployed pepper balls, dispersing the crowd. Meanwhile, calls are growing against U.S. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. A growing number of voices, both Democrats and Republicans, have raised concerns about Noem's leadership.
She clearly doesn't know how to manage. She's never managed a large organization, and she's failing at every possible measure of the job.
She needs to be held accountable for her actions. This is why I introduced 3 articles of impeachment against Secretary Noem.
But President Trump gave no indication that her job is in jeopardy, and Noem seems to have his backing, at least for now.
I think she's doing a very good job.